we must. I have not spoken with the Saint, but I believe hearing my story softened him somehow. I saw one of our young run across his path. The Saint raised a hand in greeting, and the hatchling recoiled and fled. The Saint watched it run. The reaction seemed to wound him. I will reach out to this child. She acted out of fear and was unkind.
But, I mean, you can't blame her.
The image of the Saint we use to chase evil is only a story. If we are to survive this long night, we must be able to see one another as what we truly are.
Elixir of the House Light. Hear Mizrax now. I know many of you feared this place. You have seen death at the hands of the Guardians. It was right to expect death in their house. But I said, and say again, that if we help them, they will help us. And here we are, alive. It is true that some have attacked our new home. It is true that some try to share their hate with us. It is always so. But if Elixir feel darkness inside, only look up to see the great machine, and know that House of Light is blessed.
We're all blessed to have such friends in dark times. Humanity will not allow these hateful and ignorant acts to define us. We will prove it by bringing those responsible to justice.
Walk the path of hardship with joy in your hearts. Be brave.
Really liking this story.
Guardian, light.
Half of the Splicer, what is that, 6? Right? The V's a 5, right? Is that how that works? Yeah. There's no way. I was like, is it 51? I was like, no. When Mithrax speaks to you this time, his tone is different. His usual spiritual optimism is tempered by foreboding. He was a malevolent force pulling from the center of the Vex network. Same force he noticed when you first stepped into the network on Europa. Here's the Vex are being manipulated. Somehow, and the Endless Night has a greater purpose than he initially thought. You think Lakshimi is the one that's doing all this and she's controlling the Vex? Darkness is coming for you, he warns. The Vex must be disrupted before it's too late.
Light guides your path. Though I believe darkness lies ahead for you. I expected your assaults to weaken the Vex. But I reach into the network now, and it pulls. Hungry, greedy, like slogging through mud. I felt this when you first walked through the network. You pushed into their system, and something malevolent pushed back. The sacred Splicer must know the Vex, must understand what can and cannot be bent, yes. They are like the seasons, or the great seas. They surge and flow like a primal force. They cannot be manipulated, and yet something is doing just that. I do not know what it is, or why it has targeted your city. But I see the great machine hanging above, and I worry. This endless night has greater purpose. Be cautious now, Guardian. Darkness is coming for you. Shine your light on the truth.
Proceed through the temporal breachway and infiltrate the Vex's sub-network. Focus on the task at hand. Do not be distracted by your senses.
Oh, wow. What the hell? How he knew it was there? I have seen your grave.
Decompiling analysis field. Interesting.
Like you're going
Stay
through a
ahead of
hard
it.
drive. I guess this is like one of those missions where you got
I think
to
the Vex are able to divide
figure it out.
themselves
It's like,
between the material world and this place to engineer their
what's the
plan.
mission where we got
This
the
is not
laser
unlike
gun?
the Ascendant plane,
I did
which raises
recently,
many questions.
like, and you had the hardcore parkour. It's like one of those missions.
Once more, the Vex fall into our trap.
It's like the exotic
Destroy
mission.
them all.
Y-
Bring this domain crumbling down.
Can you feel that? The threads of night unraveling as if a veil is being lifted. The network is laid bare, its threads converging on... What is this?
Mithrax, what's wrong? What do you see?
An infestation. I have found the Vex at the source of the endless night. Queria, the dreaming mind. Its code has been corrupted by taken magic.
Savathun. We've been played.
Queria has been commanding the other Vex, poisoning their minds, directing them at Savathun's will.
Oh.
Endless night.
Oh, okay, I was right. I was like,
Savathun's
does all these
design.
seasonal quests will lead to
Seeing the
Savathun
Witch
to set
Queen
her
has
up for the Witch Queen?
outmaneuvered us. But perhaps she did not count on us seeing her hand so soon.
Then we strike now. Mithrax and I will lead forth. We bring the fight to Korea and crush it.
We cannot rush into this. We must find a safe route through the Vex domain where Queria's hiding.
I wonder when this
Anytime
Osiris
we
gets
hit,
taken. I feel like he already has, right?
Savathun to scheme. No scheming, we shoot.
I know, Saint, but we have to be careful. Mithrax, will you report your findings to the Guardian back at the helm?
If that is your wish.
We will fight, and soon. But it will be on our terms, not hers.
I wish my news was not so grave. But I can confirm that it is the taken Vex mind Queria at the center of the simulation that plagues this city. Queria serves the Witch Queen Savathun. It is she who is responsible for the endless night.
Are you certain of your data? After all, Savathun is known for her deceptions.
Osiris, I did not know you had access to this channel.
I wish to confer with you and the Guardian privately.
The Splicers feel Queria's spirit. Hollow.
Osiris is sus. Like, I know he gets taken. I just don't know
It
when.
lurks between realities
So it's hard trying to
and the
suss him out
blade
during all
between
this.
Eramis plates. There is no mistake.
How did you miss this?
In the same way it went unseen by the mighty Osiris.
Touche.
If my experience and wisdom can aid you in Queria's capture, you may have it.
Capture. Queria is discordant and must be exorcised if the great machine's sky is to shine again.
The things we could learn were we to capture it. Think, Mithrax.
Dangerous. Ambitious. Assume capture is successful. Captivity would prove difficult. Safer to eradicate.
I will confer with Ikora to find us the best course of action.
Of course. Mithrax observes the city's guidance. You and the Guardian speak with Ikora. Elixni will continue to refine a strategy.
Guardian, be vigilant. We must consider our discovery of Savathun to be part of her plan. Perhaps she means to sow fear and suspicion among us. I won't allow her to drive us apart. When the time comes, I'll put a spear of light through the Witch Queen's heart myself. For now, I'm overturning all hidden records.
Unfortunately, you didn't. I had to solo that bitch on my own. She was like a flying cockroach that will not die. Even after we showed her, hey, you're being manipulated. You should stop. Please, I'm tired. I'm mad. Just give up or accept it. vent your anger on the witness. Please, that's all I ask. Just leave us out of this.
And full archival access to Osiris, but no one else. Lakshmi claims the Vanguard suffers from a lack of transparency. If she had access to our records, she'd cherry-pick whatever details were necessary to ground her prophecies. I need people I can trust to be objective. Some of our records on Savathun are fabricated truths, I'm sure. But in those lies are the strategies she used to topple the Dreaming City. History won't be repeating itself here. Continue your Splicer training with Mithrax. Use it to root Savathun's minions out. We'll reassess the situation when we've located our target.
Warrior lurks at the center of this false night. All threads leading to it are dark and thick, covered in black oil. Your Splicer mastery has been growing. The great machine is unknowable, but I believe it acts with purpose. Just as we must act with purpose now. To find a way to reach Queria and end it. Sacred Splicers must see the invisible machinery at work around us to understand its beauty and flaws, and our place within it. I think of my light as a torch, a beacon. Yours, though, I see as a weapon. I say this with respect. From what I know of the Great Machine, it would not create a weapon without needing to use it. Queria will be your target. Be ready, for there is no doubt it is.
People of the Last City, I come to you with an emergency announcement. One that Vanguard leadership wishes to keep from you. Future Oracle.
Ah, damn, she needs to shut the hell up, honestly.
Sources that the endless night is the work of the Hive God of the Seat, Savathun. This is a grave development, but we cannot give in to despair. Instead, let it propel us to action. We must demand accountability from Vanguard leadership. We cannot.
Okay, she's being hacked by Savathun or something. This is so weird how she's so gun-ho.
Enough. This is a
Damn, they censored her.
I will not stand by while this hateful rhetoric goes unchallenged. I understand it's hard to put the violence of the past behind us. But the Vanguard's responsibility is to preserve a just peace. Not for some, but for all. Lakshmi would have you live in fear. Fear of the elixir. Fear of the future. But I propose something much stronger. Faith. Faith that bravery is not just a human quality. Faith that we are stronger together. Faith that the Vanguard and our Elixir allies will break the Vex hold on our city. And we'll do it united. As
That's right, you tell them.
for the good of all.
Guardian, I greet you in the light. Even if darkness hangs overhead. We were correct that an unseen hand was guiding the Vex. Queria, the dreaming mind.
I like how the
brought this endless
sometimes the
night
subtitle
with it.
says Korea.
It has been draining the
Mithrax has determined the entry of the city is being siphoned by Korea. For unknown reason, he says has been pursuing Korea's signal through the domain, but its exact location keeps slipping through his fingers. When he gets close, the Vex rise to break his focus. It may seek the destruction of your city or your Vanguard, he says, or something even greater may be at stake. He asks you to strike at the Vex and disrupt their network so he can find Korea through the chaos.
We do not yet know why. Ikora and Osiris have thoughts, but the details do not change the truth. Queria must be stopped. But first, we must find it. I have reached into its domain, but the Vex forces break my sight. I believe I am close, but I must focus. You, Guardian, strike the Vex now, with great force, so that I may see Quria through your ripples. It may seek the destruction of your city, or of your vanguard, or something even greater may be at stake.
This infinite realm beyond material space is but one of many. The universe holds so many dark and fascinating secrets. If only our eyes were open enough to see them. It appears the Vex would prefer you not to learn anything further at all. You'd better get moving. The oppressive mind has ensconced itself behind a series of data barriers. Remove the barriers and destroy it.
Uh-oh.
I do wonder if the Vex security here is so lacking. Because they never imagined you could reach this place.
Or it's a trap.
Because they can't simulate them. Fascinating. Another oppressive mind. Show it the fate of its predecessors.
With this victory, the threads of night are further unraveled, and the weaver of this dark tapestry can no longer elude us. I have found a route to Quiria's hiding place. It is concealed behind numerous layers of defenses compiled by the Vex.
But now we have a target.
Something we can hit!
I would caution you against underestimating Quria.
Agreed. We must strike carefully, mitigate Quiria's ability to rally defenses. Then, punch through the network like a white-hot sword of praxic fire.
We can do this.
Together.
Together.
I'm just waiting for Lakshmi to say some bullshit.
There is something I must discuss with you. Lakshmi, she came to me with a proposal.
You taking over as Titan Vanguard? She discussed it with me as well. Lakshmi has radical ideas, but they are only words. No cause for alarm.
Good, good. Only words, of course.
She wants what is best for the people of the city.
I don't know,
And
man.
in truth,
Something's up
you
with her.
would make an excellent leader.
I do not seek authority. Zavala may have a beautiful desk, but he is chained to it. We could use less bureaucracy, maybe. More proactive strategies where we
She's trying to
reclaim
usurp
ground
Zavala.
taken from humanity. An open council in the city to speak with the citizens. Ah, I have imagined a new vanguard, led by us.
Led by you. I would stay back and advise. I lack the temperament for leadership.
Ah, a fantasy only. I told Lakshmi I would think about it so she would go away. The words, tasted like treason in my mouth.
Let her believe you are considering it. If you refuse, I imagine she might approach Lord Saladin next. And after what happened with Kaito...
I understand. Later we will speak more of this.
Oh, they're such close friends. Oh, that little Saint 14 and Crow.
Lakshmi is speaking a bit too freely.
She needs to be
Report her
silenced.
behavior to Ikora, though I imagine she already knows. You should continue working with Lakshmi. Don't mention what you've heard. We must keep this as quiet as we can. With the endless night and the Elixni here, the city has become a powder keg. One errant spark, and it could be the end of the Vanguard.
I feel Quiria's vile presence pulsing in the heart of their network. I feel a strong hand pull against the threads.
At Papa John's, we know quality.
Yeah, we went so long without
Handcrafted
ads.
Pizzas always served with
That's nice.
To everyone living in this city. This has gone on too long, Guardian. None can spend so long this place. The true death, which always starts from within. I have heard your people say it is darkest before the dawn. There is comfort in that, yes. But I fear this endless night will grow even more terrible before we see the sun again.
People of the last city. The last time I spoke to you, I was silenced. Clearly, Ikora Ray fears the ugly truth.
Someone needs to stop this lady.
Have betrayed you. You need not take my word for it.
Alright, now I feel like Savathun talking through her or something. She's a seed, she's a plant.
Have turned their backs on the light.
She's an op.
And now openly wield the darkness. They force you to shelter a horde of fallen, led by a fugitive with ties to the Vex. And finally, they try to cover up Savathun's involvement in it all. Ikora Ray claimed that the Fallen could stop the endless night. But on the contrary, they have only made things worse. It's even possible that the Witch Queen walks among them.
Or you're the Witch Queen.
The current vanguard will stop at nothing to protect their place in their ivory tower. They don't understand the people of the last city, and their actions prove it. Future war calls. A new monarchy say, enough. We intend to return this city to its people. If the vanguard won't protect you, then we will.
The light is fading, Guardian. We know the name of the sickness in the heart of the network. Quria strangles the light. It does not bend it as we splicers do, but twists it, shatters it, and pushes the shards through the skin of reality. It is forcing its terrors upon us. And if it succeeds, there will be nothing left. No Splicer could stand before a being of such power. But then, you Guardians are like no Splicers before you. Charge your gauntlet, focus your mind, and walk further into the light than ever before. For us all. For everything. Please.
When you first stole into this realm, I did not believe you could achieve what you have. Invading a domain of Vex consciousness like this. Yet, here you are. Embodiment of the impossible. Somehow, in spite of everything you've accomplished, I managed to underestimate you.
Sorry I'm not talking a lot. There's like
that mistake again.
really not much to comment on. I comment when there's like something up.
Throwing the same defenses at you.
Like when something just
hits the domain,
okay,
Guardian.
just hit that random thing.
This is a Vex disintegration domain. Eradicating unneeded simulation data and abandoned terraforming projects. Beware those barriers. They will destroy all matter they touch. Venture deeper, Guardian. The Vex are on alert, but their defenses have not fully come online. Once more, the Vex fall into our snare. The domain's master is yours. Destroy it.
The end is here. The path to Quria opens. A night end is in sight. Destroy Quria, and the Witch Queen will be forced into retreat. The Vex lose guidance. This network becomes unmanaged. Ikora has taught how Guardians cornered the Undying Mind not long ago with her...
Look, the amount of times we have cornered the Undying Mind is crazy. What, it's like 5 times? I feel like this thing comes back as much as Tanix comes back.
Wisdom and Elixni Splicers, we have plan devised. Drag Quria from hiding. May its last thought be of fear. of you.
This is it, Guardian. Payback for the Dreaming City. For our city. For everyone.
Quria has shielded itself in multiple layers of the domain. It hides a festering rot deep within the core of this network. Savathun's eye is upon us now. I can feel her. It is as if this moment was unavoidable. Fated. But you have shown me there is only the destiny we make for ourselves. Nothing more. Go, Guardian. Walk in the light.
Quria has retreated within layers of security, mirroring domains you have previously collapsed.
The challenges you face here are the very ones you faced as you honed your Splicer powers. You are ready for this. Our hopes rest on you. Quria rages against your presence. I can feel the sickening rot of the Taken's power shuddering through this domain. The Vex, too, struggle against the yoke of oppression laid on them by Quria.
Our enemy hides behind others and uses them as pawns. Just as cowardice, no. Not much longer now, Guardian. We are all here. We believe in you.
Quria is close.
This is an accurate assault.
This Vex domain is deep.
Is that a submachine gun? This is an accurate ass submachine gun. I thought it was an auto rifle. Give me that gun. It looks like the Kostrov gun. Although I don't have the new one, the exotic one. Whoa. Oh, I thought that was a ship. I was like, what the hell? Is this Halo? I'm somewhat disappointed now. Fighting a ship would be cool. But another Hydra looking mine?
Gone.
A great evil vanquished. A deed of legends.
I knew it! I knew we could do this! Congratulations, Guardian! This victory is monumental!
Let's not uncork every bottle of champagne in the city just yet.
Oh, I love them.
Osiris is right. This is a monumental victory for humanity
But we
and Elixir. But it's a
is there a cutscene? Because it has a long ass timer.
Even so, victories should be cherished.
Yes, Mithrax is correct. We will have a party, a celebration.
One of them's gonna get assassinated.
Respectful, very classy. I will wear a suit.
Finding Quria at the center of the endless night confirms our worst suspicions. It was the arm Savathun used to strangle our city. With it docked, to borrow an Elixir term, we purged Savathun from the Vex domain. I only hope we stopped her in time.
No, we still have Lakshimi to deal with.
Defeat, as with so many things Vex, is a process. It will take time for Mithrax and his splicers to finish untangling our reality from the Vex network. In the meantime, Osiris is focused on collecting all the data we have on Savathun, separating small truths from the many layers of lies. Everything she does is for a reason, even if it seems beyond our comprehension. I want to know what she hoped to gain. I thought I might ask Lakshmi for her assistance, but that device she uses... By Osiris's description, it's used to align one's consciousness with other temporal realities, and has driven many war cultists insane. The visions it shows her, they cloud her judgment.
That's what I said.
Now, she believes the Elixir will be the cause of some great catastrophe. Osiris seems to think he can get through to her. He understands the technology. He understands her perspective, but I can only give him so much time.